Good afternoon and welcome everyone to this afternoon's presentation of the Connecting Kansas Counties, which is Kansas Tourism Partnerships and Programs. And by the way, it is hashtag to the stars KS. We have Jordan Roemerman, who is the marketing manager with the Kansas Tourism Division of Kansas Department of Commerce with us. And she's going to be talking today about Kansas tourism and letting us know what is ready to help your communities, your counties, to interested travelers. You'll learn about who they are, what they can do, and how they are marketing Kansas to travelers, and how they can help your communities and counties reach prospective visitors. And also, I always forget to say who I am. And just in case you don't know, I'm Kimberly Qualls, and I'm with the Kansas Association of Counties. And I'm always honored to be able to share these amazing presentations with you. And hopefully, once again, this will be one of those presentations when completed that you can stop and think about within your communities and your counties. Maybe some opportunities to start some programs, enhance some tourist attractions, do some things to attract new businesses and visitors to your communities and counties. So with that, Jordan, the microphone is yours.
All right, that sounds great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. If it looks wonky, somebody holler at me, just so that way I can't see the chat very well when I'm sharing my screen, but I will assume it is up and ready, rolling.
Perfect, Jordan.
Perfect. Okay, well, let's get started. Like Kim mentioned, I'm Jordan Roemerman. I'm the marketing manager at Kansas Tourism. I've been there for about 3.5 years now. And so I'm going to share a little bit today about who we are and how you can partner with us in your communities back at home. All right, so I always like to start off with this slide. I'm not going to read everything to you, so feel free to peruse at your leisure. But one thing I do like to really put an emphasis on is our Kansas Tourism Division mission. So for us, we are here to inspire travel to and throughout the state of Kansas to maximize the positive impacts that tourism has on our state and local economies. As you all know, every single dollar that you get from outside of your community into your community is worth its weight in gold. And so we are here to really help you maximize those dollars and to get new eyes and heads and beds in your communities as well. And so tourism really does have a huge economic impact across the state of Kansas in communities large and small. In 2021, tourism had an economic impact of about $7 billion. We are almost back up to pre-pandemic levels. I'm really hopeful that our 2022 numbers will be right at pre-pandemic levels, if not a little bit higher. We've just seen a ton of interest in Kansas really emerging lately. Between insane traffic to travelks.com, our official website, and some of the initial trends that we're starting to see with tourism and travel. People are really looking for locations that are off the beaten path, that they haven't seen 8 million times with influencers on Instagram. And so Kansas is a really unique destination that people are starting to take notice of. So tourism really does have a big economic impact in communities large and small. If you're interested, if you're a data nerd, we do have our annual economic impact report available at travelks.com. It will be in our travel industry section of the site, which I'll talk a little bit more about later, so you can see exactly where to access it at. But know that that's there and available for you. It's an annual report that we put together. Our next report should be available for 2022 data in about the September-October timeframe. So that'll be coming up here pretty quick. And another important number to note is tourism saves Kansas households more than $600 per year in taxes as well. So this is a great industry. It has huge impact all over. And we are lucky to be able to inspire people to travel to locations just like yours. So what I'm going to show you next is something that we call our brand anthem. So a lot of our marketing materials with our new campaign that we launched in 2020, have a really cinematic look and feel. And a lot of it is really rooted in this brand anthem. So hopefully you all have seen it previously, but just in case you haven't, we'd love to show it off. It's a little bit of a deeper dive into a look to what our Kansas feels like. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and play it.
In Kansas, you'll see stars, and not just the kind that line a boulevard. It's not our nature to celebrate ourselves. We celebrate real luminaries. Those that light up our night sky, and those who brighten our landscapes. In Kansas, we love fast cars and slow-cooked brisket. We touch the sky, but stay grounded in the things that matter most. We live out loud and embrace the solace of silence. We conquer rocks and celebrate on the rocks. We ride like the wind and live for the water. The Kansas experience is a salute to the real, to the rowdy, to the wide-eyed wanderers, to the dreamers, to the stars.
So we launched that video a couple of years ago on Kansas Day. There have been some updates since then, but it's really something that really roots a lot of our marketing materials and things that we create, because we've gotten such a resounding impact from this. Folks really love it. And so this is the Kansas that we are showing to visitors. We know that our job is to change perspectives on Kansas, and to get people talking about us and to get them into our borders. So this is a pretty big foundational piece for us. And our other foundation is to the stars. And so, as you might have guessed, this campaign slogan is really rooted in our Kansas State motto, Ad Astra per Aspera. And so as we were trying to think of an inspirational campaign, something that could help us inspire folks to change their perspectives of Kansas, we found great inspiration in that motto, to the stars through difficulties. How much more inspirational can you get than reaching to the stars? So this is kind of where we're rooted at. And you'll take a look. Our main campaign colors are that dark navy blue and that bright gold. And these are inspired by our Kansas state flag. The colors have been adjusted in saturation a little bit, but it really is rooted in that time-honored tradition of our state motto and that state flag. Kansans are really proud of the state. We actually did a study, a brand perception study that showed something like 85% of Kansans are proud to be from Kansas at some level or another. So we're really trying to tap into that state pride to inspire that perception shift. So I'm going to pull up some marketing materials that we have as well. So these are a couple of print ads. As we've introduced our campaign, our look and feel of some of our ad sets have really kind of shifted over the last few years. And so these are some of our most recent ads that we've placed. You can see over to the left, that ad focuses in on our byways, and over to the right, it's feel goods with inspiration to the fearless, with of course Kansas's favorite daughter, Amelia Earhart. So we are going for a clean, fresh look and feel for the campaign, where the design kind of speaks for itself. And we really utilize that inspirational, aspirational tone in a lot of these. These are some ads from our spring campaign. We have started the tradition of doing a larger scale spring campaign that includes things like broadcast, commercials, digital. These ads specifically are digital ads. Of course, there are different sizes of each one of these sets. You know, some are taller and skinnier, some are banner ads, but this is the core gist of some of the imagery that we've used for that. So with our aesthetic style that we've chosen, we are trying to do a little bit more of a photojournalistic approach to our photography for our advertising. And so you'll see that reflected in a lot of our stuff that we produce. And so the next slide that I'm going to show you, this is a teaser trailer for our To the Stories short film series. So before I give too much away, I'll go ahead and play that for you.
The name is Clint Boyer, and he's your winner.
You gotta hold on because it gets rowdy at times. Like it starts thumping.
You can't get it nowhere else like Kansas. You can get it here.
All right, so that short film series, I think we are up to episode 10 now. The trailer doesn't include our most recent release, which focused on Gordon Parks, of course, a Fort Scott native, influential artist and person from the civil rights era. So we have some really, really great features. What we really went with for this short film series is one, the items that Kansas can claim that we do best. And then two, items that people are surprised can be found in Kansas. So some of our previous installments included mountain biking in Kansas, the cowboy culture of Kansas, Kansas racing, Kansas barbecue, Kansas natural history, the Cosmosphere, distilling in Kansas, all of those good things. We developed short films for each of those topics, as well as specific pages on our website where people can go to learn more. And we targeted folks in our target markets, so all of the states surrounding Kansas, plus Iowa and Texas, whose interests fall along those short film titles. So it's been a really successful campaign. These are some award-winning videos. Cinematography on them are absolutely beautiful, and it's something a little bit different than you would think for tourism campaigns. So I encourage you to go take a look at those and watch those. They're really, really good watches. In addition, we also have some great merch that tie in with our To the Stars campaign. We've had folks asking for t-shirts and hats and stickers, and so we went ahead and we produced it. So if you are wanting to rock the Kansas look, you can head to travelks.com/gear and pick up some gear of your own. We also offer a wholesale program as well, if you have a business in your community that might like to hop on board with us. Another program that we really run is a public relations kind of campaign. And so my coworker, Colby Sharples Terry, is who oversees that. And she does work with influencers, travel writers, bloggers, you name it. Other people in the media, when we get media calls, they go straight to Colby. And so some of the programs that she oversees, we sponsor influencers to come to Kansas and kind of explore on their own terms. And so this is a really great partnership for us because a lot of the times we can use the imagery and the videos that they create in our marketing after they've left our borders. And it's really great for them because they get to see and experience Kansas like they never thought before. And they get to share that viewpoint with their followers as well, give them tips and tricks. And we get to leverage the trust and influence that they have with their audience as they explore our state, most of the time for the very first time. And so it's a really great program. We've worked with some really great influencers in the past. Some of our folks have appeared on the Travel Channel. Some have hundreds of thousands of followers. So it's been a really great campaign for us as well. Colby also hosts what we call FAMs, which are familiarization trips, where she brings in travel writers, influencers, bloggers to come on a trip with her. And so we do about 3 of these a year. Colby plans them all out. We take them around, and we try to hit 3 regions per year, and then we switch which regions that we do on an annual basis. Other things that we do, we have Good Day Kansas segment. It's a monthly segment on KSN out of Wichita. And then she also does a weekly WIBW segment out of Topeka. And so these are segments where she highlights cool things to do, great road trips, new attractions that are opening, all of those exciting things with the viewers of these TV stations. A lot of times we'll go ahead and we'll put those online afterward as well, so that way people can kind of follow along with Colby and the adventures and places that she goes. So we also have an in-state media event where we bring folks to Kansas. A lot of the folks who attend this are out-of-state media, but we are trying to include more in-state media as well, where we pick a destination, we invite communities, attractions, businesses, things like that to come and speak with these media folks and help to inspire some stories written about all of these places. So our next in-state media event will be at the end of August in Wichita. And like I said, we're trying to get more in-state media. So if you have a really great working relationship with local media that might be interested in coming and learning more about other travel destinations within the state, definitely let us know. We are reaching out to a lot of folks, but you may have a better working relationship with those folks who are in your backyard. So definitely let us know. We would love to reach out to those local media outlets with you. All right. One of our big kahunas in terms of our marketing materials is travelks.com. And so this is our website where we push all of our marketing, paid advertising. We link it in with our travel guide as well. All of the information that we have lives at travelks.com. And so this is primarily an outlet for consumers to research things to do and places to see in Kansas. And so if you've not been to travelks.com, please, please, please open up another tab on your computer. Go there now. We want you to be familiar with the website. We want you to not only plan your own Kansas adventures on travelks.com, but we want you to take a look and see how your communities are represented on travelks.com as well. We try to work really closely with our local DMOs, destination marketing organizations. So things like CVBs, chambers of commerce, Eco Devos, things like that, to make sure that communities are represented well. And we have all of the information that we need on the site. But sometimes, all of those folks wear about 18 different hats, as you know. And so sometimes those things can kind of slide a little bit. And so I would love for you to take an audit of those communities that your governments represent and let us know if, hey, this business is closed. Hey, this isn't a great photo, but here's one that you can use instead. We want to make sure that this is as up to date and accurate as possible. And we want to make sure that our travelers know that Kansas is bursting with cool things to do and places to see. So if you have anything that you'd like to change or update, please let us know. If you have better contacts for us at those DMOs or communities or things like that, please let us know as well. We want to make sure that we represent your communities to the best of our ability. So please head to travelks.com, check all of those things out. A huge portion of our website are free listings and event listings. So this is kind of a little bit of a screenshot of what one of those business listings looks like. Again, this is free. All of these are free to you. If you have new businesses that need to be added, we can add those for you. If you've got businesses that have closed, we can take those off. If you find a listing and it doesn't have a very attractive photo, we can switch all of that out. And so again, these are free. Please, please, please take advantage of this. I don't want to toot our hat here, but I will. So 2022 was the most highly trafficked year in travelks.com history. We had more than 2.6 million page views across the site. and we are on track to beat that in 2023. So if you guys aren't on travelks.com, you're giving away a free opportunity to get your community in front of travelers. We spend big bucks to get people to this website. So it's a real missed opportunity for you if you don't have those business and event listings. And for the event listings, we're really looking for events that attract an outside audience. So maybe not the chamber coffees of the world, but if you have an Oktoberfest or a really cool 4th of July celebration or something like that that brings outside folks into your community, we want to know about it. And when we look at promotional opportunities for the state, we always refer to travelks.com first. So this is where we do our research. So it's good to get it not only on there for consumers' eyes, but on the staff's eyes as well. We also have a Kansas travel guide. We distribute about 350,000 copies per year. This is an annual publication that we put out. It's polybagged with a copy of Midwest Living. We work with distribution units to get these in gas stations, hotels, other stores where travelers really flock to. So, and as well as people can request this guide on travelks.com as well. And we do offer free bulk shipping. So if you want to have copies of these in your county offices or city offices, we would love to get those sent out to you. And you'll see over to the right, we have what we call our listing section. These are paid opportunities for the most part, but every community gets one free listing for a DMO or even just like a city listing that kind of has a brief explanation of what your city has to offer. So if you'd like to learn more about travel guide stuff, just shoot us an email. We would be happy to reach out and get you figured out. We will be working on the 2025 guide next. Our 2024 guide listings have closed, but just keep this in mind. We also operate Kansas Magazine, which is Kansas's premier lifestyle subscription magazine. We've been around for more than 75 years, and this is really what we consider to be our love letter to Kansas. So there's editorial about great places to see and things to do in Kansas and celebrations of some of those more everyday aspects of our state. And so this is a really great publication. We do offer advertising for it as well if you're interested. But Kansas Magazine, if you're not a subscriber, you should subscribe. It's a great publication. We operate 2 state-owned travel information centers, one in Goodland, one in Belle Plaine, and each of those greets over 200,000 visitors per year. We also operate a community-owned travel information center program as well that sees tens of thousands of visitors come through our state. Another great thing about our travel information center is we also have a free brochure program. So if your community or a set of trails or an attraction or a business has a brochure that would be of interest to travelers, after a short application process, you can get those placed in the travel information centers for free. And so this is great not only to get your materials in front of travelers, but also so that way our travel counselors know what's going on in your community and how they can promote it to our travelers. You know, those people who come in there are active travelers. They're looking for things to do and places to see. And the best marketing avenue really truly is word of mouth. So if our travel counselors know that you have this really great trail system in your community, they can offer that as an option to somebody who may be traveling in the area and has that active lifestyle preference. You know, if you have a really great art museum, they can recommend that as well. So take a look. There's more information again about this on travelks.com under our travel industry. And we'd love to make sure that we get all of your community's brochures represented in that TIC. Another really great program is that we offer grants. So we offer both attraction development grants and tourism marketing grants. Right now, our tourism marketing program is open for applications. I believe applications are due August 1st. So if you as a community or one of your attractions or anything like that are looking at a new website or a new brochure or new trade show equipment, things like that, that would be a perfect fit for our marketing grant. Attraction development grants are more brick and mortar, helping to develop either new exhibits, totally new attractions, things like that. And the great thing about our attraction development grants is we actually received a budget enhancement last year that expands our amount that we can give for attraction development grants pretty substantially. So please, if you are interested in learning more, again, head to travelks.com and head to the travel industry section. We also operate the Kansas Byways program. So we have 12 byways throughout the state. 3 of them are historic, 9 of them are scenic, and 2 of those scenic byways are actually national level scenic as well. So if you're interested in driving the back roads and seeing some of those smaller communities along your routes, the byways are great built-in road trips for that. We are also always trying to expand our byway program. So if this catches your interest and you realize you have a really scenic route near your community, or you have a really historic kind of route, adding it as a byway may be a good fit for you. So my coworker Lisa Hecker oversees this program, and you can always reach out to her for more information about how to get a byway started and what that process looks like as well. We also operate the Kansas Agritourism Program. We have more than 430 registered businesses across the state. Being a registered program, it gets you a limited liability coverage as well as additional marketing opportunities by Kansas Tourism. So before I was on this call, I actually had just gotten off a call for an agritourism campaign that we ran that geofenced different locations and delivered those ads. So this is a really cool campaign that we're trying, and we're just getting ready to get started again for the fall season. So if you have an agritourism business in your community that isn't registered, please encourage them to go ahead and register. This is a great opportunity for them. And like I've been mentioning the whole time, we do have a travel industry section of travelks.com. You can see up at the top there, it's in that top little gold toolbar. Head there. You'll find more information about our research and reports. You'll find more information about grants, the Byways program, agritourism, all of the marketing opportunities that we have as well. So head there, take a look at what we have to offer. And as you have questions, please feel free to reach out. We also have more information about our partnership opportunities. So if you have an event in your town that you'd really like to get outside eyes on, we can post about it on Facebook and Instagram. And that tells you opportunities that you can learn more about that. We have different opportunities where you can advertise in our newsletters. There are all of these different opportunities that I just don't have time to cover today, but you can find them all there. And this combines both paid opportunities as well as free opportunities. And all of those free opportunities are really highlighted so that way it's easy for you to find. Next up, we've got, we've really worked on prioritizing our communication from our office over the last couple of years. And one of the things that has resulted from this has been our travel talk. So we push out a weekly travel talk publication, and we put a more robust travel talk together once a month. And it has a ton of different information that you should all know about. And we put together a little bit lighter of a publication on a weekly basis on Fridays, our Travel Talk Light. And so these are quick bullet points, things that you need to know, upcoming webinars, grant opportunities, other opportunities that we may learn of, through our state processes. All of that different stuff gets communicated through our Travel Talk newsletter. If you'd like to receive this and don't currently, please shoot me a message and we'll get you added to the list. We also offer an industry Facebook group. And so this is for users to interact with each other, ask questions. A lot of times we'll get media requests looking for, a specific theme. So what are the 10 best pizza restaurants in Kansas? And of course, we always refer to travelks.com to do our own research. But a lot of times we'll also open it up to this travel industry Facebook group. And so this is a way for your folks to respond to these questions that we get, and get your community a little bit extra love. This is not a Facebook group where we have you promote your events and activities that you've got going on that you want people to attend. That's not really what this is for. This is really for that inter-industry interaction, and not necessarily event promotion. We also offer a monthly virtual huddle, which discusses timely topics within the industry. So for example, in June, we hosted both folks from the Sunflower Summer App program, as well as from the Historical Society, who just announced that their historic sites will be free to visit and attend. So we hold monthly huddles like this. Again, you'll learn more information about that from our Travel Talk newsletters as well. So it's important for you to like this program. We also record this. So if you're not able to join us live, you can go ahead and watch it later. We are also very engaged with other partner coalitions throughout the industry. Each region has their own tourism group. So if you or your DMO are not involved in one of these regional associations, you really should be. They do some great work. They're generally who comes to our media events and kind of represents the region as a whole, with media industry folks. They're great to be a part of. If you don't know who to get in contact with, let us know. We can get you in contact with those correct folks. There are other associations as well. So Meet Kansas is an organization that tries to drive meetings and conventions to Kansas. Sports Kansas tries to drive sporting events to the state of Kansas. Tour Kansas is for tour buses, group tours, things like that. And then there's also a little bit more regional specific, so like the Flint Hills Tourism Coalition and the Post Rock Limestone Coalition. So if you have any interest in joining any of those, but you don't know where to get started, let us know, and we'll get you in contact with folks you need to reach out to. And I will be taking questions here in a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to throw my contact information up for you. So if you have any questions, please reach out at any time. My inbox is always open. I'm happy to help however I can. And if I don't have an answer for one of your questions, don't worry, I will get back with you with an answer as soon as I possibly can. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end my slideshow and take a look in the chat to see if you have any questions.
Jordan, I haven't seen any questions coming yet, but wow, you just gave us a ton of information, and I just starting to subscribe to top light because, as I told you, I shared some things about tourism, but we really haven't had that connection, I think. So when you guys moved back into commerce, I guess we saw more of that. We shared something. We definitely want to make sure that we looked with you, KAC, for giving us tons of information. So remember to keep that door open for anything you want to get out, and we as well will be continue to share things from our office. If anybody does have any questions, please type them in. Some of you may indulge already with some tourism. Your favorites are CDDs, I'm sorry, I'm DVDs. Yeah, that's what I worked for back in the day, Jordan. So, but remember, these tourism is big. Tourism brings, people from out of state to your communities. Sometimes those people may be people who move back here, open a business, site, and plant. We, you just never know if you get visitors to the state. What they may do for your community, your county. And a question from Mike.
So the question is, what are the possibilities of getting the legislature to increase the budget for tourism promotion and advertising? I would say that we're always really optimistic. We've been able to get several budget enhancements in the past. I think we're doing good work, and I think that other folks are starting to recognize the good work that we're doing. And so I'm always optimistic about it. But as always, there's really no ceiling for what we need. We've been on the lowest end of tourism funding across the United States for a long time now, and a lot of our neighboring states, which really are our competition. Kansas is a drive state, so we really target those drive markets, and a lot of those, Colorado's and Missouri's, the ones of the world, they have a pretty substantial budget. So we're trying to do some really innovative things, and we work with a lean and mean budget. But we're always fighting with one hand tied behind our back. So we're hopeful for future funding increases. We would definitely welcome it, and we would welcome any support that we have from your folks as well on that.
Then Jordan, I might talk around you. We might have you for the conference in December.
Yeah, I would love that.
Or booth for study. So we'll talk about that. Because all the counties, of course, have a myriad of all kinds of things, hotels, experiences, tourism, etc. in them. And don't forget, not only is for those out-of-state visitors as well as Kansans too. They probably can always our hand and ask you that if we're from here, there's something we have not seen. Sure. It's a great way, a great opportunity to get it locally. And also, I know if you're like me, you want everyone else in the state, and just spend money, that's just what you do. You go on and pay adventures, weekend days, and that type of thing. And where you show this whole house of ways, we can look at what's all across our state for experiences. As well. You got another question?
Okay. So can you give us more information about the tourism marketing grant? Unfortunately, I'm not the best person to ask about that because I don't oversee the grant program. Again, it is open for applications until August 1. You can learn more about that at travelkx.com under that travel industry section. I will try to get that exact link pulled up for you now so that way you don't have to poke around to find it. Like I said, we really like to fund new marketing adventures. So if your CDD has never had a website before, or it's never done a travel guide, we would like to fund those new programs or refreshes for current things as well. But that's kind of what we're looking for. Let me throw that in the chat right now.
And Jordan, you might keep in mind for us, any promotional, SEL through commerce, of course, and anything like these tourism grants, if you could make sure we're on that list, I am, for getting information out to the county. We have, weekly and monthly newsletters, and so we're always willing to be able to promote any tourism type grants, anything that you have that you'd like to reach out to the counties.
For sure, and keep in mind, these grants are really competitive. We've seen a huge increase in the number of applicants over the last 3 years. It's been absolutely astronomical. And so, with our attraction development grant specifically, it was required in statute that we provide attraction development grants, but no funding was ever specifically allocated for it. So all of that money had come from our marketing pool that pulled away from additional advertising that we could do. And one of the great things about the last legislative session for us is that we were able to get specific funding allocated for that attraction development grant program. So we'll be able to give away $1 million, but we usually receive a couple $1 million worth of requests as well. So we are always looking to grow that grant dollar pool as well, just so that way we can get information and attractions and new marketing materials flowing in those local communities. So take a look at those.
Right. Let's see. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm sure this, like I said, you presented a lot of great opportunities and a lot of information for counties as well to utilize. I would suggest for those who are still on the call, be sure to follow the Facebook post where we post out all kinds of things, as well as again, the newsletter and the newsletter for opportunities that are tourism focused too. And don't forget, if you're in your communities and your counties, don't forget to highlight some good and some positives, which are your local tourism entities, restaurants, shops, tourism attractions, just experiences. So I'm excited to programs like the similar concepts. Of course, my resort. There's just so much Kansas income immensely, Jordan, from what I've seen as well.
Absolutely.
These experiences. I do know that when we have our conferences throughout the state, we're reaching out to local CBDs chambers to create tourism things, and they're excellent. They're all very cool across the state for that. So I applaud your industry. Those are great things.
It's a really exciting space to be in now, and we've got a lot of really upward trajectory movement. So one of the things that I wanted to leave you guys with, since we've moved back to Commerce, which happened in July of 2021, one of the main talking points that we've really found is every new resident is a visitor first, and every new business is a visitor first. And so when you start to look at your tourism and other activities like that, and kind of get that perspective, it opens up a whole new realm of relevance. So if you're looking to attract new businesses and you're looking to attract new residents, make sure that there are great things to see and do in that community.
Excellent points. And also, Jordan, another good years within community, you're together, getting within surrounding counties or your region. There's great opportunities I know from my past days too. If you can create experience and several places and tie them all together. I just want to draw, first of all, to provide additional funding to establish, but all those partnerships are key to bringing visitors in and stay longer and have more experiences too. So CBBs, depots, chamber conferences, and local tourism entities. Even if you just get started once a year, that's a start. But I know many counties across the state have those kinds of partnerships going on, and that's really perfectly put on that within Kansas. So remember, we are all in this together. That's so cliche now, but you just mentioned that tourism increase, everybody's talking about that. But I think published just immense, and the opportunities for Kansas are amazing. So I don't see any other questions about it. I think we'll leave it up. Jordan, I do want to thank you again. We're looking forward to talking with you more in the future and your staff, if that's okay. We definitely want to hear more from you and see everything work that you're doing. We will have another Connecting Kansas Counties. We'll be at Live 27 at 3 p.m. and everyone coming our presentation as a student. And really right now, the big amount, we're working on a lot of different things here at KC, and I know some for Kansas County. So again, thanks for giving me great information. Reach out to her staff. Ask questions you have and follow up there. And with that, we'll every afternoon as well. A wonderful day for July and travel chaos. Just in case you want to get away at the end, we're grateful for you. So that would be stay safe and have a great afternoon. Jordan, thank you so much again.
Absolutely, and definitely keep in contact. I would love to come down to your annual meeting. I'd love to get other staff members and want to do some sort of panel. So keep us on the loop.
Right. I'll let you know. Hopefully, it's going to be December 5th through 7th. It's going to be in Wichita, the Hyatt, and Mississippi too. So we'll be hanging out in July. You are on. I've added you to Fridays, and you're on the Kansas County group now. So you'll get information on together. And then there's a good opportunities where you can put articles within the newsletter. I do know the Historical Society. And this is not. I don't know. Everything for the last 3 years is still like the worst time. We're here. We ran a Kansas Historical Society series. Every month we ran an article, and it was on state website.
That's really cool.
So I would give that to Kansas tourism too. There is something making out. Practice the county to get some visual, but you know, just have something you can do too. And then pick on any of those. And we'll talk soon again.
Okay.
Thanks, Jordan. Bye.